Good morning and welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Glenn Edison, and we're thankful for our sponsor, BTC Fiber. You can see us on their cable channel 18 as well as their YouTube page. So we would like for you to go to our YouTube page and subscribe and like that page as well. Today we have with us Clint Walker, and he's with American European Motors, right? Did I have that right?
Yes, sir.
Motorworks?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure, so I put down Motors. First of all, Clint, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. First, let's get where you're located, where people can find you.
You can find me on Facebook, American European Motorworks. Just search that on Facebook. Shop address is 4983 Lower East Valley Road, off of 111 just over here. And phone number is area code 702-292-0269. And give me a call if you need something done.
All right, now you actually have the shop there, right?
Yes.
And,
the shop sits behind my home. I own the property behind me, so I've put a shop up there. We're actually expanding the shop right now and adding a new building to it, so that should be done hopefully in about a week or so.
Oh, good. Now, do you do this all by yourself, or do you have help?
I do it all by myself.
All by yourself?
Sweep the floors, to clean the cars, to fix them and everything else.
Well, now, I know you're not originally from here. You're from Vegas, right?
Well, I'm from Saudi originally.
Saudi. Oh, okay.
Grew up in Saudi, graduated in 98, moved to Vegas in 99. My parents moved there for work and started working on cars there. Got a associate's degree in automotive technology. Started working on Rolls-Royce, master trained Rolls-Royce technician, factory trained Bentley technician. Then from there, opened my own shop and did that for a few years. Moved back to Dunlap. So,
well, and I know you have some friends, the Morrises.
Scott and Lindsay. Met Scott. He had a shop next door to mine, and we became good friends. And then we moved here. And shortly thereafter, him and his wife moved here.
Oh, okay. And how now your shop is currently open, right?
Yes.
And how's the business been so far?
It's been very busy.
Yeah.
Very busy.
Well, that's good.
It's a good thing. I usually stay about 2 to 3 weeks booked out.
Yeah.
I pulled back a little bit to get the construction finished on the building, and now that that's wrapping up, I'm building back up to that, 2 week or so.
And you mentioned, of course, part of your name is European Motors. What do you work on? All styles of?
I work on most everything. I try to focus more on the Volkswagen, Audi, Mercedes, BMW, things like that. That seems to be a bit of a soft spot in the market here, and that's what I'm known. That's what I do. So try to focus on those as much as possible.
Well, good. That's good. And with you just by yourself, you can, I guess, concentrate more on what you're doing instead of having to worry about if someone else does it right or not.
Exactly. That's always been my hardest part, is letting go enough control to hire someone to do the work for me or with me. Is that if I do it myself, I know how it was done, and that's a big part for me. Is that I put my name on everything that goes out the door, so it's hard to trust someone else.
Well, that's true. That's true. And now you mentioned your certifications. That was out in Vegas area?
That was in Vegas. That was through the Rolls-Royce dealership out there. That was Rolls-Royce, Bentley, ASE Master Certified Technician, all the standard certifications.
So people don't need to worry about you being a shade tree mechanic?
No, there are no shade trees around my place.
You probably need some today, this week.
I would appreciate one or two.
Because it's going to be hot. Well then, do you, with what you've done so far, have you had people from out of the area come to you, or is it primarily in the valley?
Currently, I think my farthest driving customer is from Ottawa. He has a Mercedes he brings to me. Well, and usually the Ottawa, Cleveland area is about as far as you go, just because it's an hour and a half drive, hour drive.
Right.
So.
Well, and I know you want to focus too, as well as people here in the valley.
Oh, absolutely. The market's really changing here, and there's, every day there's new cars and new European cars and things like that rolling down the street, and they need to be serviced. So that's why I'm here.
Right. Well, it's very much needed. I think, to my knowledge, there's only one other shop that even dealt with foreign cars at all.
There's a place on Signal Mountain, I believe. I've heard of it. I don't know really what they do there, though. But that's the only other place I've heard of. So.
Yeah, other than the dealerships.
In the dealerships.
There's not that many, and sometimes you can't drive an hour to a dealership to get your car serviced.
Especially if you're looking at adding in a tow bill also on top of the repairs. A tow bill to Chattanooga is a couple $100.
Yeah.
So that adds up real quickly where I'm 15 minutes away.
Right. And what are your hours? Do you have any certain set of hours?
I try not to have set hours where people drop by. I usually run appointment only. If you have a problem, give me a call. We'll set up a time that I can get you in and get you taken care of. But generally, it's kind of 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, and I'm usually working Saturday and Sunday also.
Yeah. So if someone really needed you, if they happen to pop by and you weren't...
If they pop by, just shoot me a text or a phone call would be great, just so I'll know to look for you, because I'm in the back, and I don't see when people come in, they'll end up standing up front for an hour waiting on me.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's good to know, so they'll know to do that. So what did you do with your expansion? You said you expanded your shop. Is it just put in another bay there?
Originally, I had one single bay. It was a 20 by 30 shop, roughly. I'm adding on to that a 30 by 40 additional building. There'll be 2 more lifts in there, so it'll be about doubling the size of the shop. So
if one's waiting on parts, you can go to the other.
Exactly. That's been the hindrance for me, is that you get a long-term project in, you get as far as you can, you're waiting on parts, you can't really do anything else because that car's taken apart. So that'll give me the ability to do multiple jobs at one time.
Have you had trouble? I know recently everywhere in the United States had trouble getting things in. Have you had trouble getting parts in?
It has been horrible. Things you would expect to have a 1 day at most lead time are taking 4 or 5 days to get.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I've got quite a few vendors I work with, so you can kind of modify who you go through and not use your normal sources. You can find the stuff. It's difficult to find sometimes.
Right, because I know I had a part for my truck one time. My lights were not working properly, and it took them over a month to find it. And then at that same time, there was a snowstorm where they found the part, and they couldn't get the parts out because of the snow.
That's what happened. What was it, 2 months ago? Was it Memphis? I believe it was. There was a big snowstorm hit there, and FedEx was shut down.
Yes, I remember that.
So that one hurt.
Yeah. So so the response has been pretty good, keeping you busy then.
It's been very good. Found a bunch of great customers and really a joy to work for them. So it's been great.
Repeat customers?
Absolutely.
Oh, good, because that's the thing. Once you get a good service person, you can rely on, and people come back. And I mean, that's important to people.
It's been great, and I would rather have a core group of customers than everyone coming in, because you can really focus on their needs and take good care of them. So.
Right, and when you have several, and you may miss something here.
Exactly. I mean, if you're running 24 hours a day, you might miss something. But if you can take your time with each individual customer, it just seems to work better. Everyone has a better experience.
Yeah, and I know that's been true for me. Sometimes I've had my truck at a place, and it might take 2 weeks because they're just tied up and can't get to me, and then I might have to go back because something's not right. Because they're trying to get out as quick as they can, and
because they're covered up.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I understand that. Well, what do you want people to know about your service? I know you work on the cars you work on, but what do you want people to know about you?
Really, if you need an honest mechanic, which is kind of an oxymoron, it seems like in this world, I put a lot of pride into what I do, and I do it well. And if you want someone who knows what they're doing, come see me.
Well, good, because that's important, because you're all the time seeing all these videos of where people go and they're dishonest. Catch them on camera that they didn't know that's being filmed.
There's that. There's the YouTube videos of how to replace this and repair that, and you can spend a lot of money changing parts, and it doesn't usually fix the problem. So bring it to a technician who knows what they're doing, and let them fix it properly.
Well, that's me, because I'm not a mechanic, so I'd rather say, here, you fix it, and so I know it'll be done right. Now, maybe changing spark plugs, I could do that.
Absolutely. There's certain stuff, but when you get into electrical diagnostic and stuff like that, it gets tricky. It really does. And you can waste a lot of time and a lot of money, and really accomplish nothing. So it seems like a lot better idea is bring it to the mechanic.
Well, it's better to have it done once and done right than
multiple times.
in that way you don't miss something in the process. And not that I'm saying that all mechanics are they're not sneaky or anything, but they may miss something that they weren't looking for, and then you and don't fix it because they didn't think that was the problem.
Absolutely, and everyone's human.
Yeah,
humans make mistakes, but you got to try not to. It's the best you can do.
Yeah. Well, like I say, you're human, and you do what you know to be best, and then sometimes automobiles are like people. They don't always work like you want them to.
Everyone is a little bit different, and everyone has a personality. Every car has a different personality. And the biggest difficulty I see people have is that they go into a repair with the assumption that it's going to be this that's wrong with it. And you have to try to go into every one of them just totally blind and to see where it takes you. If you go into it expecting this, you're probably going to miss what's actually going on.
Right, because I know sometimes when I've taken my vehicles, I said, I think this is what the problem is. And they may check that, and it might be part of the problem, but there might be a secondary problem. So
it happens a lot.
Yeah, and so I don't like to second judge because I don't know. I wish I did sometimes, but let's see. Now, how long have you been at your location? How long have y'all been back?
We have been in Dunlap for roughly 7 years.
7 years.
I opened the shop up January of last year. So about a year and a half or so we've been open.
So during COVID you opened it?
Absolutely. What better time to open a business than during a pandemic?
Well, did that seem to slow your business down any?
It probably hurt a little bit, but we did real well through it though. We were able to keep a core group of customers, and essential workers still had to work.
Right.
And they still have to be able to get to work. So
right.
We're kind of a niche market where we're just a small independent shop. We don't have a lot of overhead. So we were able to pull back on spending and things of that sort that some places can't do, to keep us going. And
well, other than Facebook, do you do a lot of advertising anywhere else?
I do not as of yet. We're looking at that right now, but as of right now, it's been all word of mouth and a little bit of Facebook.
Well, and you say you're busy, so
it's working.
So you may not want to do all the advertising. You may get busier in what you.
I know.
But that'd be a good thing. But
it's a good problem to have. But we're going to see how it goes. We're enjoying it right now, and possibly a billboards and stuff like that. And we're going to start working with the chamber and see where it takes us.
Well, good. The chamber's a good way to get your message out and get your word out. I know they're good people here.
They really are. They're super nice people.
They're always looking for new members and people that they can help as well. And because I know with the chamber helps the businesses that are members. They try to promote when people call here every day, wanting to know, hey, where can I get this done, or who can I contact? And that's how the word of mouth gets out from here.
I know they do a lot for the community, so they're greatly appreciated here.
Well, it is greatly appreciated. And Miss Miss Kaiser does a good job getting the work done.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes she's overworked, but she gets the work done. And now your wife, is she involved with the business? She do bookkeeping or anything? Or
she does some bookkeeping, kind of soft and call it soft involvement currently. She works full time as a hairstylist.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We just had a son 2 years ago, so now we've got our first little one running around. So she's hoping to be able to eventually back away from salon work a little bit, work more for my business, and give her more time with our son.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of I think the long-term goal is that.
Well, that'd be good because children need our attention.
They do. He gets a lot of attention as it is.
Now, speaking of your service, I know some of the local businesses have talked about internships, like with high school students. Would that be something you'd be interested in? Maybe
I might be. I've given a lot of thought to that. As Scott and I are very good friends, so we've talked about this stuff multiple times. I would be open to it after the new building's up and I've got my feet under me and we're kind of more established, basically. I think it would be a great opportunity, and we need that in this world because the trades are dying.
Yes, they are.
I think everyone knows that. College isn't for everybody, and there's a good living to be made, doing a trade.
Well, what the trades, like plumbing, electrical, carpentry, just things we need every day. And
yeah, that's what keeps the world turning.
Yeah, and like in your business, without your business, cars don't go.
Without a mechanic, the plumbers can't get to work.
Yeah.
So we're kind of us and the gas station are kind of the two baseline there is.
Yeah.
So I would be open to it. I think it would be great because we have to build back our trades.
How is I know with now with the push for all the electrical vehicles, has that dented the mechanic world in any way?
It hasn't here, obviously, because I've seen 2 Tesla, I believe, running around here. I think it's going to bring a whole new group of problems, because electronics are finicky, and they get hot, they get cold, they get beat around and wet and things of that sort. They'll fail. So the business will still be there. The business is going to change very dramatically. I don't really see electric cars replacing gasoline in the next 20, 30, 40 years. I don't believe the infrastructure is here to do it.
No.
I really don't think that the power grid is here.
No, because you'd have to set up all the charging stations nationwide, and then that would, like you said, the power grid, that would pull more energy.
From what I understand, they require so much energy to charge that if the state of California, for instance, was to switch entirely to electric vehicles tomorrow, it would crash their system.
Wow.
Because there just isn't enough electricity to do all that at one time. So
No.
There's a lot of things that have to happen before that comes around. And when it comes, we'll deal with it and move on.
Well, I saw a recent story about Paris. He had ordered a bunch of electric cars for their city, and they were all sitting out in a pasture because the batteries had all died on them, and the batteries to replace them was going to cost more than the car.
There are issues with them still, and especially living in the country, there's chipmunks and squirrels and mice love eating wires.
Yes.
And there's a lot of wires in an electric car. So there are a lot of kinks with them needs to be worked out. They're neat technology. It's neat what they're doing with them. I don't see it quite yet.
No, and I think that'd be hard for a lot of people. Of course, a lot of people they haven't accepted that. I don't think the electric cars, they're, so you get used to one thing like the gas, and it's hard for change sometimes.
It really is, and I can understand the hesitance to change. I really can. I'm not really fond of it myself, but if it comes, it comes. I mean, what else can you do? I guess store 1,000 gallons of gasoline in your house and keep driving your truck. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because that would basically do away with gas stations if you went all electric.
It would. There would be such a trickle-down effect, all the different industries that would be hurt by it. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. I mean, oil companies would be gone. AutoZone down the street, half of their things would be gone because you wouldn't need any of that stuff anymore. It would affect so many jobs.
Right.
Just that one thing would destroy a lot of things economically.
Right. And now you're on East Valley Road, right?
Yes.
Did you say Lower East Valley Road?
Lower East Valley Road.
Okay. Where exactly on that
I'm roughly 7 miles from 111 to Pikeville.
Oh, okay.
Just about right in the center there.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you. I know roughly where that is. Well, that's good. And is there anything else you want people to know about your business that we haven't talked about?
I think we've covered everything.
And
really enjoyed it, actually.
Well, good. And I hope and give us your information again so people can contact you again.
Its address is 4983 Lower East Valley Road, Dunlap, Tennessee 37327. American European Motor Works is the name of the shop. You can find me on Facebook. And phone number is area code 702-292-0269.
Okay, great. Well, remember, folks, if you need that foreign car or your Mercedes or your Bentley, if you happen to be fortunate enough to have one, let's give this guy a call. He needs your business, and he'll work on it, and I'm sure he'll give you a great job. Hey, this is Glenn Edison from Valley Views, and we appreciate you. And remember to watch us on YouTube as well as BTC Channel 18. So thank you very much, and have a great day. Hey everybody, this is Glenn Edison from Valley Views. We appreciate you watching our shows, and we would like for you to like, share, and follow us on Facebook, as well as like and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Brought to you by Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, your full-service telecommunications provider right here in the Sequatchie Valley.